Money is a lot, but ultimately it will not make you internally happy. And hey, man, I got to the top of the world at what I did and what I do and what I continue to do. And it did not make me happy. You know, making me happy is finding the combination of my purpose, getting into that inner crap into my soul that causes me to behave a certain way.
How do you cure people who are addicted to money? And to preface this question, going back to Viktor Frankl again, he mentions a term called existential frustration. So people, they put money and power at the highest level of their purpose, when really once you got all that money, you got all that power, it's just, as he said, existential frustration. You're frustrated with your existence because there's something else beyond that, and you only realize that when you have that already, and you still feel like your self-worth is not there. There's something else to live for. So how do you cure people of who are addicted to money, who have money as their ultimate purpose?
I just think you have to find a balance of it. I mean, my girl's very young, and she's so caught up in like the whole Kardashians and everything on social media, and people buying nice houses and cars, and I hear stories all the time. But I said, look, I had it all. I was like, it doesn't ultimately buy you happiness. It buys you freedom. They're all temporary quick fixes. But what's it going to mean in your mid 40s when you have 2, 3 houses that you can Airbnb and you can do as much traveling as you want, but you don't love yourself internally? You're still going to wind up in a dark place. And at that point, half your life is over.
That's a brilliant response, Darren. And I really appreciate you being honest about this, because I think the combination of both of our strengths answering this question can really resonate with people, because a lot of people, they see Dr. Finance and they think that everything's about money for me. And I wrote 3 books of how important money is. My first book was called The Necessity of Finance. It was for my finance students. But that doesn't mean that you should make money your ultimate purpose. It's a tool.
Right.
It's a tool, just a tool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, money is a lot, but ultimately it will not make you internally happy, because that's just everything. I don't have anywhere near what I had in my heyday of earning. And look, we've lost a handful of clients, but I've never been happier in my life. I got everything I need. There's always more room to grow. There's always more I want to do for my staff, to take care of my family, people that mean the most. But I got to a place where, I found myself. I found my soul.
And what's the value of that, Darren? Sorry to interrupt, but what's the value of that?
So what?
Right? The value of what you just said, finding your soul. Priceless, right?
It's priceless. There's no price tag put on that. I mean, Hulk Hogan saw my interview on Jay Shetty, and the day after Thanksgiving, I flew to Tampa to see him and his daughter Brooke at the house, and literally picked me up at my hotel and was like in tears. He goes, brother, I never really had a chance to watch it. He goes, there's just like a light around you. Like when you speak, there's just, God is just like getting this message out through you, because he's always so spiritual, Terry. I call him Terry for light, his real name. And he because it really made me take a look at myself too. Even though I'm getting up there in age, he goes, it makes you really think, like, we all kind of have this purpose and this vision, but the way you just generalize that we're all up for grabs without being accountable, and why we act a certain way and behave a certain way. And, Magic said the same thing to me, and that means a lot, because, I know that there's some extremely successful entrepreneurs that are out there that are going to be watching this. And hey, man, I got to the top of the world at what I did and what I do and what I continue to do. And it did not make me happy. Making me happy is finding the combination of my purpose, getting into that inner crap into my soul that causes me to behave a certain way, to feel me, all the time, to feel the emotions of not being worthy of any of the success. And almost like I was so obsessed with the business end, almost in a way that I was running from the real problem. I don't want to address it. I don't want to deal with those demons. I don't want to deal with the pain, the rejection, and everything that I went through. And I wanted to stay in that place of, look at me and look at you. Look at how it turned out for me and look how it turned out for you. Not a way to live. not a way to live, you know, and asking for that help is when it all changed. And I think, you know, I love that question that we got into about the mental health in a workforce. It's so key. I think when I was at the White House 3 times when President Trump was there, you know, he was a old friend from back in the Celebrity Apprentice days, and I got to speak to Kellyanne Conway and Governor Christmas was right around the time that book came out. I was helping with this opiate epidemic crisis, getting the message out there to kids in grammar schools. I was like, you know, if they could just start in school even. You're going to have a class based on self-worth.
That's beautiful.
Everybody talked about feeling different. They didn't do good on a test. They did terrible playing soccer, or they failed a gym class this, or biology has been really hard, or foreign language. Like, if everybody can talk about that together, about why they're feeling a certain way, the world would be so different. The next generation would have such a better shot. And I believe the numbers would drop drastically on mental health issues like depression, bipolar, suicide, substance abuse. And to me, it's such a simple fix, but why not also do that in the workforce? You know, what happens when somebody's dejected after working on an account for 3 months and the deal goes south? You're going to go out with your friends, you're going to go to happy hour, you're going to do something to blow off steam. What's that doing? Honestly, nothing. And the same is said is what happens when you land that big account. What do most people do? They go out and celebrate, you know? And how long is that celebration going to be? And how much are you going to push yourself on that celebration? Is it going to be a couple of drinks, a nice dinner, and get home and get back in the morning to that office, to your desk, and make it happen again? Or is it going to be you're taking off for 3-4 days and going on a crazy ass vacation and just blowing off steam? You know, it's a balance, and it's trying to just be honest with yourself. Why are you doing it? Is it purely based on the fact that you're thrilled that you just accomplished something that made you feel really good as a entrepreneurial man or woman? Or are you just blowing off steam because there's some other stuff underneath that this is really a temporary fix of a celebration that in 2 days from now, you're still going to be back to that same place, no matter how much money you just made?